All right, if you're watching on the replay, this is a research stream, which basically means I'm gonna be looking up stuff that people have mentioned in the comment section, looking up stuff people have in email, and looking up maybe stuff from season 4, episode 4, like trailers, press photos, and stuff like that. So it's not a show; it's a research stream. We're just gonna be researching, chilling, and doing stuff like that. So the first thing is this comment right here. What's going on, Face Your Dig? Welcome, welcome. So the first comment is right here, and someone's saying, or pick a struggle. So somebody named Pick a Struggle is saying that at the 17-minute mark, when Julie is outside the diner with Tabitha, looks like Tien Chen's ghost is walking towards the blue house. Okay, we're gonna check that out first.
If you haven't done so, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you like the stream, fam. That helps with the algo. And welcome all.
Yes, please and thank you. What's going on, Joyce84? Hello, welcome. All right, so people are saying that there's Tien Chen Lu walking around. We're gonna check that out. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna take this down. I may look at more comments from the comment section. We'll see. Oh no. Okay, this is the scene when Julie's in the diner. Giving she's giving Sophia the business. Okay, I'm doing stuff on the side. All right, let's get to it. Matter of fact, let me shrink this down so my head's not in the way. Shut the F up! Do y'all see that? Oh my God. Do y'all see that? Do you all see that? I'm dead serious. Do you all see that? Man. This isn't you know what? I'm done. I'm done. Do y'all see that? Yo, do you all see that? Guess who that is in the background? Yo, guess who that is? Let me make it to where y'all can see it. Yo, yo, yo. That is Tien Chen Lu right there. Wow. So Pick a Struggle says, "I'm glad you see it also." Yeah, I'm able to see it because of what you put in the comment section. What's going on, Pick a Struggle? I just saw your comment and was like, let's check it out. Wow, this is her right here, courtesy of Pick a Struggle. This is it. Wow. So Joyce84 says, sitting in the car having a smoke, rain came down. Well, right now, Tien Chen Lu is raining down on your parade. Yeah, that's what's happening is Tien Chen Lu is walking around in the background. So you know what? Okay, I think I know what happened. I think I know what's going on. So remember, if y'all remember, I went over a IMDb. Do y'all remember when I went over IMDb? If you don't, that's cool. I'm gonna go over it now. So on IMDb, we went over the cast stuff, and when going over the cast, let me pull it up, because they said, when I say they, the actors and actresses. Okay, let me pull it up so y'all can look on with me, because we talked about, we were like, oh well, they're going to be in the episode. So this is IMDb's website. This is IMDb's website. Let me make it to where you can see. So on IMDb's website, we saw that Tien Chen Lu, which is Elizabeth Moy, we saw that she put down that she was going to be in season 4. So this is Elizabeth Moy, Tien Chen Lu. We saw that she was going to be in season 4. So I guess this is like when she actually has speaking roles as far as this. But I think that they have her and other people in the background of episodes, and it's a blink and you miss it moment. This might be, you know what? This might be something for the entire series. because when you're watching a scene, and if you don't do this, nothing wrong with it. But when watching a scene, this is Father Kotri. So when watching a scene, how often do you really pay attention to every background character? You may glance at them and then glance away, or focus on who's talking or who's doing an action. But every now and then I glance at the background characters and I see them doing stuff like they're creating their own plans to solve mysteries. Because there was a couple of background characters that were tinkering away at a car, and one of them was like, it's kind of like you had to like listen really hard, and they like the other characters in the background are also theory crafting and trying to find their own way home. You just have to kind of like listen and ignore the people who are talking, like the main cast. You have to ignore them and try to listen really hard to the people in the background. And you'll see someone in the background in a vehicle with a gas can. They're like, yeah, we can go home by doing this and doing that. So I started listening to or looking for background characters. And yeah, we have Tien Shanlu walking around. So for Father Kotri, he's going to be in episode 4, which we see on the trailer him actually talking to Boyd. So these are the speaking roles, but I bet Father Kotri is in the background as a ghost walking around. Same thing with, not Tilly. So Tilly, no. But maybe even Tilly might be in the background just walking around. So what they have listed are the episodes where they actually have speaking roles. Yeah, see, so Tilly was in Merrily We Go. She was in the back during the funeral, no speaking roles, but she has herself listed in the scene. Maybe she shot some stuff and they didn't use it. There's always that piece. But yeah. And then for Vox Smith, who's the boy in white, or the teen in white, or a man in white, depending on who you talk to. So he's got Merrily We Go. So I guess like they really put down when they're like, they have speaking roles, whether they use the stuff or not, as far as whatever they shoot. Okay. Oh, the cowboy creature is going to be returning. Okay, so he has an uncredited role, which means that he probably shot something. Maybe they didn't use it. Because I don't remember seeing him in Frey, but maybe he was like there. He shot something. They didn't really use it. And, still. Okay, this is Nathan. So at one point, Nathan was like, for season 4, he had some stuff for season 4 on the IMDb, but now it's off. So maybe I don't know. They had it, but now they don't. So yeah. So going back to Tien Shanlu, yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy and exciting because she's back there. We're gonna play the rest of the scene to see what all she's doing, but this definitely is the clothing that she has worn, and it definitely looks like her. She's just in the background walking around. So you die in front, and Tien Shanlu, she died at the hands of the creatures or the monsters. So it may be that I think it's possible that everybody who dies kind of does that, where they're walking around. Maybe they don't know they're dead. Maybe sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. This is insane. Yep, she's walking. She's just walking. Or maybe it's somebody who has on her clothing walking in the background. But that definitely looks like something that she would wear, and it kind of looks like her. What do y'all think? You think it looks like Tien Shanlu? Or that it is her? Because remember, when it comes to the people in the township, they don't really use the items of people who are deceased because it's considered taboo. That's why nobody really raids the lost and found. So it's not like someone wearing her clothes, and they don't really take clothes off of dead people. They pretty much bury them with whatever clothes they had on when they died. That is insane. Yeah, look. It does look like her. It's even a better angle right here. See, she's just walking. That does look like Tien Shan Lu. And it looks like she's getting ready to walk into this blue house. So if you remember how the town looks, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna use this one. All right, so Tien Shan Lu is going into a blue house. So when she was on the show as like an actual character who was alive, her house, please forgive me for the background. This place is going to crap. It goes to crap during the day. All right, so the Matthews' new home is a yellow house. And they have the gray one that's beside the church, and then there's the blue house. So we've never seen anybody really use these two houses. They usually just use the Matthews' previous house, the Matthews' new house, and then Sarah's house. Those are three houses that they actually used in the township. So Tien Shan Lu is going into the blue house. Let's see. So it's odd. Even with Tom the bartender, they had Tom. When I just put a video where Tom the bartender was walking in the background while Julie was talking to Randall. They had Tom all the way out, all the way down there where the church is, and the bar where he lived was on the opposite side of town by the barn. So let me just show you that. So I showed you in the video, but we'll go over here in case anybody didn't see it. So Tom the bartender was right here while walking, and he was walking towards the edge of town right in here. Well, Tom the bartender was right here while he was alive at the bar/gas station. So for him to be over here was uncharacteristic of himself. So it's the same way with Tien Shan Lu. Tien Shan Lu's house was right here where it's the new Matthews house, but this is where she was before she died. So for her to be going to the blue house is that's kind of different. And Julie and Tabitha left out the diner after Julie was PO'd by Sophia. They're in the road, like right here. And then Tien Shan Lu is like right in here going into the blue house. So this is crazy. I think this is Tien Shan Lu. What do y'all think? What do you think? What do you think? Okay, so Mike says right behind Tabitha and Julie during a big scene too. Right. Just having her right there, that is huge. I tell you the truth, like it's it's crazy how lowbrow people can be to play their music loud with the window down. Like everybody wants to hear that. Can y'all hear that in the background? If y'all can hear that, I'm about to go outside and tell them to move their vehicle, roll their window up or something. So Red Star says, oop, my bad. I think it's interesting that Julie is involved in both scenes, right? Maybe she's messing with the timeline other side. That would be awesome if that's what they incorporate for the show. Like Julie's story walking is causing, I guess, ripples from the past to go into the present. And that's why we're seeing people just doing things in the background. This whole episode may be like that, where there's just like someone kind of just walking around. Okay, you said can't hear a thing? Okay. Okay, if you can't hear any music in the background or any noise, then I'm just going to ignore it. So Joyce 84 says, why are those episodes out of order? Driving me nuts. Yeah, it must be how the, I guess that's how the actor inputted them into IMDb. Because for the actual show, they do their stuff okay, but when clicking on the individual actor or actress, I think that's like them inputting the stuff. Okay, sounds fine. Okay. It's a little muffled, but I can't hear it when you're talking. Oh, okay. I'll just keep talking then. Okay. So there's that scene. And you know what? I'm curious as to the rest of the episode. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm wondering about every person in the background. Like, hey, who are you? Who are you? Okay, now we got. Okay, who are y'all over here? State your name. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Getting paid. Like, hello. In the background, walking around, nowhere to go, talking to other people in the background. Okay. So really it's the scenes where they're outside where it kind of works the best. And I think it's also that, okay, right now they're at the gas station. I think there's somebody on a bike behind them. No, I don't think there's anybody back there. Hey, Mike said he would pay that much just to do that and walk in the background. Yeah. Okay, Facia Dick says, someone said back in season 1 that the episode with the radio tower that you could see the man in yellow in the background. Really? Okay. So someone doing something to a tire. See, I knew I wasn't crazy. You can maybe say, let me rewind and okay. So I think it's this person right here. You can't really see him. Okay, yeah. They just got it blurry so you can't really see. Okay, so this is an indoor episode. So the indoor episodes, you really can't. And I know at the Brundles there wasn't anybody back there. Yeah. I didn't see anybody back there. Okay, I see somebody right here by the van at Colony House. Can't make out who it is. Same with Fatima and Ellis. I know nobody was in the background, just them two. Then with these guys, okay. Okay, you know what? This scene with Brick in the house was very misleading in the trailer. I'm going to use this time to complain. With the radio tower, okay, who are these people? So I can't really make out anybody. Yeah, I don't. They may be randoms. These may be randos. Because the person we have is whoever this is. Yeah, they look like randos to me. Randoms. That might be what Sarah wore in episode 1 as well. What? Sarah? Okay, let me pull up that. Yeah, I don't know. Sarah had on the yellow. See if we get a better picture of Sarah. Okay, Sarah had a wardrobe change. So yeah, it's close. It's close. I don't. Yeah, it's close, but no cigar as far as this and this, unless we're talking about a different person. But Sarah's alive, so Ethan's shirt is the red, yellow, blue stripes with the white underneath. He wore that when the RV crashed. What's going on, Michelle? Welcome. Yeah. So okay. So now now we can go. Well, okay. Let me shut this down and yeah, I think Fatima is making something that she saw from her dream when she was pregnant with Smiley, and she's only sharing anything with Elgin because he believed her that she was pregnant, which is kind of wacky because he was keeping her confined in the room as a hostage, or really it's trafficking or kidnapping or whatever. So in a way, Fatima may have Stockholm syndrome. Fatima may have Stockholm syndrome. And the dirt may be used to summon the hideous thing that Fatima was mentioning, that the original townspeople sacrificed their teddy bears to. She might be trying to summon that thing in her room. If so, that'd be wicked. Right, the pile of dirt. So Red Star says he's wearing the same shirt in the episode of season 4 with the blue black coat over it. Oh yeah, this is where not if you're dead. Let's see. Henry.
Not if you're dead.
Yeah. Not if you're dead, Henry. So I think the boy and children to anyone in this cycle. So the whole go through the faraway tree, save the children, the answers to the end or at the beginning, that might have been for Christopher's cycle. The same way when Tabitha asked him, we'll just listen to it. The same way that Tabitha asked him, okay, you said that it was the only way. He was like, that was then. This is now. So the same could be said as far as save the children and all that. Okay, 40.
She'll make sure to take care of them.
You lifting up?
Yes.
Yeah, and I just find that odd. Tabitha was kicking in Jade's back, rightly so, because she didn't want to risk her children. Now she's wanting to risk herself and make her children orphans to go through the faraway tree. Tabitha's got to pick a struggle. Tabitha needs to pick a struggle.
Pick a struggle, fam. Pick a struggle.
Tabitha's got to get it together because she's all over the place. I just posted a video about Tabitha that, the actress made about not wanting any more husbands. You've already got husbands, ma'am. You already got husbands. Okay, here it is. So we're gonna listen to this.
Why are you here? Why do you look so different?
Those are the wrong questions.
Right, okay, so those are the wrong questions. So basically, if the boy in white pops up, you have to just keep looking at him. And I don't know. I guess the situation is, if you ask the boy in white a question, he will give an answer. But when he does pop up, this is your opportunity. When he's gone, it's over. So they need to figure out, what are we going to ask the boy in white next time he shows up?
Will that tree take me back to the lighthouse?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. So not yes, not no. I don't think so. So even he is not even sure if it would take Tabitha back to the lighthouse.
Wait, you don't think so? You told me it was the only way.
At the lighthouse, not the faraway tree.
Was. But that...
I talked and messed up his answer. Hold on.
Wait, you don't think so? You told me it was the only way.
It was. But that was before.
Yeah, but before, okay, you need to stop talking in riddles.
You're getting so close now, but I'm afraid you're running out of time.
Okay, you're getting so close to what? Getting so close to what? See, Tabitha dropped the ball again. So Michelle says, I'm confused about this also. Did she have to go through a faraway tree to get to the lighthouse the last time? Well, she did go through the faraway tree because Victor told her that Miranda told him that that faraway tree with the bottles always took Miranda to the lighthouse. So it worked for Tabitha season 2, episode 10, but it didn't work for Dale. And now the boy in white is saying that he doesn't think it will take her to the lighthouse. So he's not even sure. Yeah, see, that's the end of it right there. So by that logic, it could be the same way with Save the Children. Save the Children may have been for Miranda's cycle, which is why the boy in white was communicating all that stuff to Christopher. So what was applicable to Christopher's cycle might not be applicable now. So Mita saying boy in white is tired of Tabby. Yeah, he is. You're asking because I mean Tabitha's gonna be like, why do you look so different? Which is kind of a like a callback to when Victor said that about Tabitha last season. I mean, to me, he looks older, but he doesn't look so different. It's the same actor. So weird. And that's it. That's all the boy in white wanted to do was just do that, and he disappears.
I don't think so.
Wait,
Tabitha?
why are you here? Why do you look so different?
Those are the wrong questions.
Will that tree take me back to the lighthouse?
I don't think so.
You know, it's kind of like, okay, let's just say, I don't know what you all's religious belief is or faith-based system. Let's say God is real. There's one God, God is real. God comes down, you see God, and God is just standing there. And you're like, okay, let me ask some questions. So God is standing there, and you're like, God, why are you here? Why do you look so different than the pictures that I've seen in movies and on magazines and stuff? That is the wrong question. And you're like, okay. So if I go to work today, will I get a raise? Just drop in the ball. That's what Tabitha did. Just drop in the ball. And see, that's why I said in the video I made that Tabitha decided to have a change of heart and she wanted to escape the township and she wanted to do stuff and get off the bench. She should have had a conversation with her kids and then had a conversation with Jade, because if Jade would have been there instead of Henry, Jade would have got it done. No offense to Tabitha, Jade would have got it done. He'd have been like, hold on, Tabitha. Let me ask this. How do we destroy the monsters to where they don't return? Jade would have asked something like that. Henry was just sitting there just quiet.
Game over.
So here's one thing to point out, and then we'll go to season 1 to see the man in yellow and all that. In this scene, Henry was able to see the boy in white. just like Tabitha was. At the faraway tree, the bottle faraway tree, which they're currently at, when Jade played the violin and the Nkui kids came out, Jim was not able to see the Nkui kids, but Henry is able to see the boy in white. I think, and remember, Boyd was not able to see or hear the boy in white. So there's something special about Henry. At first, I was thinking that the boy in white could be seen by Victor because Victor came from Miranda, and Miranda and Jade are like the chosen ones. Or they're the reincarnated people, whatever you want to say. But Henry has nothing to do with Miranda or Tabitha outside of being one of the husbands. So for Henry to be able to see the boy in white and Boyd could not or did not means there's something special about Henry. So besides Tabitha dropping the ball, that's one thing that we got was there's something special and unique about Henry where he was able to see and hear the boy in white. Because throughout the scene, I'm not gonna play with any audio. I mean, I think we've heard the audio enough. But in the scene, look, Henry's walking with Tabitha and not looking around like what's going on. Henry can see the boy in white. Do y'all agree? But Boyd, who was there when the boy in white was talking to Sarah, season 1, episode 9 in the forest when it was raining. No, episode 10. While they were in the forest, Boyd could not see or hear the boy in white. But he can. So either the boy in white is revealing himself to any and everybody, which would kind of suck, or there's something special about Henry. For all we know, Henry may have abilities, but he can see and hear the boy in white just like Tabitha can. So that's interesting. Michelle says Henry is an op. But he can. Wait a minute. There's a rumor. Okay, there's a rumor on the internet. In the internets.
Not if you're dead.
There's a rumor on the internet that Henry is opposition. He's really bad. And maybe that's the reason why Henry was trying to stop Tabitha from going into the faraway tree and maybe even, and no one said this, I'm saying this, that may be the reason why Henry saw Tabitha at Colony House and decided to tag along to basically stop her from going into the faraway tree. So I will say this much. Based off this episode, I would kind of agree on that.
Gotcha.
Because it just seems odd that Henry, who has the new roommate of his son, would see Victor leave their roommate home situation and not follow along with Victor everywhere Victor goes, but would be there when Tabitha shows up and then walk with Tabitha. Joyce84 says Henry's the best. He's true blue. He's dad. Well, I mean, Michelle is saying that Henry, not only is he not true blue, not only is he not the best and not dad, but he is opposition. So there is an argument for both. I mean, Henry did stop Tabitha from going through the faraway tree, and it would have been nice to know where she would have ended up. But maybe it's a good thing that Henry stopped Tabitha from going to the lighthouse, through the faraway tree, because even the boy in white was not sure where Tabitha would end up. Uh-oh, so Mita says, I don't know about that. Uh-oh, we got a battle. Uh-oh, we got a battle. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What we gonna do? What we gonna do? This may turn into a Highlander. There can only be one. Uh-oh, Mita says Henry is evil. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Didn't wait a minute. Okay, so Joyce84 is the one that says Henry's the best. He's true blue. Mita and Michelle are both saying Henry is sus. Uh-oh. I don't know.
That was sus.
So Mike says, I'm glad for Victor's sake that Henry was there last episode 3. I don't know. Duel at high noon. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. It's looking like it's going to be a 2-on-1. 2-on-1 for the belt. If this was wrestling, it would be for the belt. It'd be a title match.
I didn't anticipate it to be this wild, though, by the way.
But anyway, back to Henry, who some say he's bad, some say he's good. He can see the boy in white and hear the boy in white. And just looking at his facial expression, he doesn't look surprised or shocked. He looks concerned. So look, okay, dude is at the Henry looks to Tabitha while she's talking. Looks at the boy in white. This is kind of suspicious because this should be Henry's first time seeing the boy in white and even hearing him. I mean, you got a kid, teenager, if you will, wearing all white, and he just pops up and shows up in the middle of the forest. I would be like, what is going on? Who are you? I'd be like, what is this? I'd be asking questions, making facial expressions. I would be just like, what the heck? But, you know, Tabitha, it's understandable for her to be irritated because, I mean, he pushed her out of a lighthouse. And then while she was in Maine, he didn't say anything to her. And then when she got back season 3, he didn't say anything to her when she got back the entire season 3. So I could understand why Tabitha is like, why are you here? Are you trying to push me again like you did last time? Why are you here? And the boy in white is not trying to answer any questions. He's not trying to do anything. Look how he looks kind of like a little bit arrogant. Yeah. Have y'all seen Vox Smith on the show Trades? I posted it. He's got a potty mouth on that show. Yeah, he's more like the boy in black on that show. He's got a potty mouth. So Joyce84 says he's just a sad old dude who got some semblance of family back. I think that includes Tabitha. Well, hold on. Are you sure? Are you sure? Because Tabitha has made it clear. She's made something clear. Let's I think Tabitha is
For asking if
okay, let's look. I think Tabitha's not taking any applications right now. This is Tabitha with the New York with the Yankee on. Tabitha speaks. So Tabitha's got like 3 husbands. Is she appreciative or nah? Let's take a listen. Is she appreciative?
I'm gonna have another love interest. I have enough husbands in one place. I don't need more love interests. I don't want more love interests. So no, I'm sorry.
Ooh, Henry. See, Henry could have got his Miranda back. A younger version, if you will. More spicy. Tabitha has been known to, you know, it should have been you. It should have been you. Henry could have had a spicier version. Tabitha's like, nah, she ain't. She's good. She's good. Let's do it one more time for y'all that missed it.
For asking if I'm gonna have another love interest. I have enough husbands in one place. I don't need more love interests. I don't want more love interests. So no, I'm sorry. for asking if I'm
Wow. There's your answer right there. Tabitha is no more husbands. She cussed out Jade. Should have been you, should have been you. She was mean to Jim, and then after Jim died, now she wants to give Jim his roses. And then look what she's doing with Henry. Henry's telling her, be submissive, listen to me. Henry has to physically get in front of the faraway tree to keep Tabitha out. That's how spicy she is. So yeah, she's not. I don't think Tabitha is Henry's wife here. So Michelle says the way he grabbed her in the car back in the real world right before she blanked out, and they ended up in the ambulance with top flight Acosta, still sticks out in my mind. Sus, yeah. But see, Tabitha was trying to get out of a moving vehicle, though. Tabitha was trying to get out of a moving vehicle. I mean, she's, if you're just concerned for someone's safety, like Henry is right here, anytime someone's your passenger, they get out of a moving vehicle. What if Tabitha gets hurt? What if Tabitha were to have gotten hurt? Guess whose car insurance she's going to sue? So I don't know. Michelle says he was raging. Uh-oh. What's going on, Christine? How are you? Welcome. So Joyce84 says, Tabitha is not interested in romance. I'm putting my foot down on that. She's more like a daughter, to be honest, because of the time they spent together. Well, let's pretend that it's rural Arkansas. And no, let me stop. I'm not going to go there. But anyway, so yeah, that's the one thing, is that Henry was able to see the boy in white. Henry was able to see and hear the boy in white. So that right there is the key takeaway of this, is just the fact that Henry is different than a regular person like Boyd. I mean, Boyd is great, but Henry's got something associated with him or inside of him that makes it to where he can perceive something that regular people, in my opinion, cannot. All right, so Mike says, I think they were going to the parallel of Henry looking out for Tabitha the same way Boyd was saving Acosta from herself. Yep, you know what? You're right. I could see that. Acosta was a little bit more destructive, a harm to herself and others. So yeah, I could see that. Samita says, been in the car accident. All right. So apparently a rumor has been started in the comment section. The man in yellow was at the tower season 1 during the tower scene. So we're going to do that. We're going to take a ride there. So technically there's two there are two radio scenes. Because you have you got episode 9 and 10, but I think 10 is where okay, so we're gonna start right here. Oh, you know what? I'm also gonna show you all. You probably have already seen it, but I'm gonna show you all that Donna looks like she was talking to the man in yellow. Remember Jim? He was running home, and Donna turns around and was facing the radio. And it looked like she was talking. So we'll be able to explore both of those in this situation. So this is Tien Chan Lu and Jade showing respect. Okay, so, let me make this smaller. I don't want y'all saying, hey, Spade, your head was in the way. That's why I couldn't see. And the answer was right there, but your head was in the way. Then after this, I'll go to my email. And then we'll try to maybe look for some episode 4 stuff. So Mita says, Man in Yellow is anyone. I don't trust anyone except for Sarah, Jade, Boyd, Kenny, Donna, and Clara. Who you're also saying you believe is Eloise. Okay. So you're holding out on Clara being Eloise. Okay. What if it comes out that Trudy was Eloise? Trudy or Eloise was trying to ride Jade like an alabaster dragon. What about that? And you know what? It would be cool to see Trudy in the background of season 1. That would be a trip. Right. Trudy might have been Eloise.
Got him! Got him!
Yeah, Trudy got a potty mouth. Alabaster dragon, really? Really? Eloise Trudy? All right, okay, so I think this is a good starting position when Jim started showing Ethan how to use the radio. So the background characters, you really can't make them out. And I'm assuming that if he was walking around in the background, we'd be able to kind of see him. And again, he could be anybody. This is interesting. Might be reading too much into it, but this kinda is a resemblance of the swing coat creature. I mean, I'm sure all women hold their purses like that, but the swing coat creature actually was the only character on the show walking around with a purse. Besides this person right here. I mean, we think about it, in From, how many women have you seen holding a purse? I'm not saying that you have to hold a purse as a woman, but in a place like Fromville, why are you carrying things around with you? Matter of fact, let me pull up a picture of the swing coat creature. Let's see, do I have them handy? Because if not, I have to go to the episode where she was like, if you keep coming down here, one day we'll make you stay. Okay. So sorry, y'all. I only have one picture of the swing coat creature. What do y'all think? I mean, I know it's not the actual creature, but it does kind of look like that's kind of the look that she would have. They both are, look how they both are holding on to this purse. That might be the same actress. It would make sense. Okay, just hear me out. It would make sense that instead of hiring a bunch of extras to be background characters, you could just use the monsters. What if, okay, hear me out. What if the monsters do walk around in the daytime? They're just in the background, and that's how they, quote unquote, know everyone's name. That'd be a trip. That's how they know everyone's name, because they're walking around during the day. Just walking around in the background during the day. So Red Star 24, okay, it's season 2, episode 7, Revelations chapter 2. That Jim and Tabitha argue and you can see someone in the back in yellow. Okay, we'll look at that. So Christine says Magic the Dragon card game mentions riding Alabaster Dragon. Yeah. And Trudy also mentioned riding Jade like an Alabaster Dragon. So it's a lot of riding going on. It's a lot of that. It's a lot of that. So Michelle said that would be wild. About the Alabaster Dragon, or about the monsters are walking around during the daytime, they're just in the background. Which one would be wild? Oh man. Which one would be wild?
I don't think so.
Oh man. Monsters at day. Yeah, I mean it could be. Because remember Jasmine, the Jasmine monster was telling Kevin, no, not Kevin, the Jasmine monster was telling Trudy, we know all your names. And it could be because they're walking around during the day. I mean, look, just if you think about it, look at the person in the background. Comes out. Look, she's smiling as Jim is moving around. She's smiling and she's looking at Jim. Look at that. And see, she turns right when the camera goes in the view where you can see the head. See, look, okay, Jade's coming up with, I guess, food and stuff. She reaches in to grab, like, you're so rude. So, look at that. Just so rude. Jade walks up with a basket. You reach it in there before you get a chance to even... Yo. Okay. In all seriousness, let's, so you all know how the... Swing Coat creature looks. In all seriousness, look at her face of this person. Seriously, look at the face. Yo, I think that's her. It's just that she just has no makeup on. The purse, of course, is different, but this could be her with no makeup on. That's... Who? Okay, who thinks that's not her? That's her. That is her. Yo, this is her. That is her right there. So when Miss Win LS says, so I'll catch up soon. I've been watching video all day. Okay. Monsters that day. Mike says that's either her or her sister. I think this is her with no makeup on. You can't tell me nothing. Yo, that's her. So Static Gaming says you might be onto something. Yeah, this is her. This is her. Final answer, this is her. This is how they know everyone's name, because they're walking around as a background character the whole time. Right. That's how they know everyone's name. Because the monsters look just like the people. You won't know it's a monster until they start doing monstrous stuff, including changing into a monster. But this might be how they know everyone's name, because they are there the whole time. Because, okay, just hear me out. When Tabitha and Victor were navigating the cave, we saw some monsters asleep in monster form. But we didn't see all the monsters. So some monsters may sleep in the cave in monster form, and they're like guarding their trophies. And other monsters who may or may not go out at night, they're just walking around like regular people. You would never know unless they transform into a monster, or they start smiling and not saying anything, or acting robotic like they normally do. You would have no idea. So Miss Win LS says, have you heard about the scarf yet? There's a scarf. There's a scarf. What scarf are we talking about? What scarf? Is there a scarf gate? What's the scarf situation? Oh, the granny. So the stuff that the grandma creature wears, like somebody else was wearing it or something? Was somebody else wearing her scarf? So I'm going to do a poll. Do you think the swing coat monster is the woman shown? Let me know, yes or no. Matter of fact, let me screenshot this, because y'all gonna swear up and down that we didn't talk about this. Let's see, research stream. Oh no. Okay, so I put a poll out there. So 29% say they don't think it's the swing coat creature out of 7 votes. Okay, so uh-oh. Who's next to her? Okay. Jade is next to her. So let me make this larger. Okay, I'm gonna take this down. So this is the full scene right here. So that's the full scene. So Jade is the one next to her. That's Jade, and he's bringing. Oh, this is Jim. Okay, thank you. Christine says, I definitely think it's her. I think it is. So Garden Girl MC, it really does look a lot like her. It may be her just without the monster makeup in human form. So Miss Win LS, I'm driving, so I'll yes during the day. Right. So if the monsters are just walking around during the day, that's how they know everyone's name. Like Jasmine was telling Trudy. So at this point, if you agree or disagree, that's cool. I mean, if you disagree, that's cool. We're going to keep going through the scene to look for a possible man in yellow. So right now we're just looking at everybody in the background. Look at the look at her just laughing it up. So I don't know who this is, because I don't think it is the grandma creature. I don't think it's the grandma creature. I mean, it could. I don't think, because the grandma creature looks older. Right, so Christine says, now I got to rewatch. Yeah. So that's definitely Tien Chen Lu right there, but she's alive during this time. So the monsters could also be inside because the door is wide open. So I don't really see yeah, I think it's mainly the outside scenes when it's like okay. Look at this. You see these mixed signals right here? So Kenny is thinking that he's got himself a little girlfriend. He's gonna have a Fatima and Ellis moment. Oh, look at this. Okay, look. You see, you know what, Chris? Okay, sorry about that, y'all. Okay, my bad, y'all. My bad. Let's go back to. Okay, I didn't even know I had this up. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. We was getting knee deep, right? I'm gonna bring it back up. I closed it on accident. We were getting knee deep, getting ready to talk junk about Christy and her mixed signals. Okay, here we go. That's my bad, y'all. Let's talk crap about Christy for a moment, and then we'll get back to looking for the man in yellow in the outside scenes. Christine says, this is before Christy wrecked her hair. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Because I don't know if you have heard this, but Christy wanted her character to be LGBTQ, and that's why she changed her hair for season 2. She wanted to get more of a look that would be more girlfriend friendly. Okay, so look. So y'all paying attention? Okay, here comes Christy. Here comes. She's got her hand out. All, you know what, y'all? This is bananas. All right, here we go. We're back. All right. What the hell? Okay. Yeah, the computer gods don't want me to point out the shenanigans. All right, so Christy's got her hand out, right? Christy has her hand out. You see, look at this. Kenny's like, you know, he's just the assistant deputy, assistant sheriff. Here comes Christy, offers a lamp. Okay, we need lamps for the satellite. That's cool. That's cool. No big deal. Okay. A little flirting going on, a little looking at each other flirting. I just want to show y'all the BS, and then we'll move on to something serious. Come on, where it is? Where is it? Where is it? We don't care. We don't care what y'all saying. Okay, I went too far. I went too far. Okay. So they're talking, yapping it up. Yeah. Look, Christy looks down. Look at that. You see how she's moved closer, and now she's got her hand on top of his. Mixed signals. Hand on top of his. Kenny's like, oh, she's got the one finger. Look at this. Oh, I thought you were engaged. You see how she's moving closer? I thought you were engaged. You see? Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Kenny's like, oh, I may have a girlfriend. Guess what, Kenny? Guess what?
Simping activate.
Right, a tease. Mike says Sophia ain't the first to charm Kenny. Exactly. Kenny just wants love in a nightmare like Fatima and Ellis. He's getting all these teases. That's all I wanted to point out. That's it. So Red Star says, and they tried to Marielle important by giving her cicadas, but did nothing with it. Now imagine we just get drama from those three instead. Yeah. Okay, looking at the poll, let's see how y'all doing with the poll. Do you think the swing coat monster is the woman shown? Out of 12 votes, it's like 30 people watching. Out of 12 votes, 33% say no. I want to hear from the no's. Why do you not think that woman is the swing coat creature just walking around in the daytime, not attacking anybody, enjoying life? Why? I forgot what I was going to do. Okay, I'm going to end the poll. I was just kind of curious about that. Christine says she quickly changed her mind. Yeah, she did. After sending these mixed signals. Sending these bad signals, now she's changed her mind. Okay. Kenny just wants love in a nightmare. First girlfriend, maybe. And everybody's kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. All right, so we're moving on because this is season 1 and we're on season 4. All right, so looking at people in the background. Okay. Okay, they're... Uh-oh. So I don't really see anybody remarkable. I just see a bunch of people looking. Imagine getting paid like $500 to just look up. Or maybe they're getting paid $2,000 a day just to look up and smile. Man. Okay, here comes... Oh, yeah, Tabitha made it. Yay. Okay, hold up. Let's not go too fast. They always have him holding something in the background. He was holding a gas can in one scene. They always got him holding something. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see anybody remarkable in the background. I mean, maybe her, but I don't think that's the grandma creature. Could be her. So Nicole says, I'll do it for free. I love this show. Yeah, I mean, you and I will be doing it for free. And then in the background, writing notes. Oh, okay, this is what this person does. Okay. I already got I already have spoilers.
D's nuts.
Right, be in the background writing down notes. Coming off the mountain like Moses with the commandments. All right, let's see. Okay. Yeah, I don't really see anybody remarkable in the background. I mean, here goes the alleged swing code creature right here. I think we found her. She got a front row seat just like the scarecrows, or not scarecrows, but the crows. The same way the crows got a front row seat, I think that's what the monsters do. They get a front row seat for key events. Yeah, that's her right there. Swing code creature is like, I wonder if it's going to work. I wonder if it's going to work. Are you guys going to be the first? Yay. Okay, let's see. Looking down at everybody. This is Kenny and his mom. It's the Matthews. Donna. Let's see who else. Christy. Yeah, I don't really see. Maybe that's Clara. I don't know who that is. Okay. Yeah, I don't see anybody remarkable in that scene. Okay, let's see. See Julie and the Matthews. Okay. See the swing code creature, allegedly, right here. She's like, yeah, you guys are doing it. You guys are doing really, really good. I wonder, will it work out for you? See Fatima and Ellis. Okay. Will it work out for you all? Here's swing coat right there. She's like, yeah, maybe you guys will go home so I can have my house back. It might be okay. Let's say if it's for real that the monsters are walking around during the daytime, they may be walking around the houses or building that used to belong to them, that they used to either work out of or used to live in. So Miss Win LS says duplicate people there. Mita says Ethan in his suit jacket. What? Okay, Jim did a thing. Congratulations, Jim, back then. Okay, so I think when it was a discussion of someone wearing yellow, it may have been this person right here who, I mean, you could say this could be the man in yellow morphed into a woman, and that's why she's wearing yellow. I don't think that's going to be the case, though. So look at swing coat. This her right here. Swing coat. Allegedly. She's going inside. See, this would have been a good reason to close the colony house door to see who all could not open it. Three, two, one, and everybody turning stuff on. Okay. Hey, the radio works. Yay. We may be able to go home. Yeah, I don't see anybody remarkable in the background. Okay, Tabitha's giving the kissing. Okay. Yeah, I realize if y'all go home that you guys are back to getting a divorce, right? Okay, everybody's celebrating. Everybody's happy. Oh, look who is running off to go dig in the basement. Okay. Okay, you go do that. You go do that. Would it be a trip if this was the boy in white? Let's see. Yeah, nobody really remarkable. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. Clara. So Clara was up there the whole time? I say Clara helping with the tower. So Storm's moving in because they're trying to gain information and not supposed to. Okay, so this is the let me back it up. Ethan's jacket yellow. Yeah, I mean, there are some people who believe that because Ethan wears yellow, that he's gonna turn into the man in yellow. My only response would be, if Ethan turns into the man in yellow, that means he takes out his dad. So Mita says Miranda was digging, but I think the real story is underground, so she had to be stopped. So you think Miranda was digging as well? So Red Star 24 in The Good Place, talking about the TV show. Sorry, spoilers, but everyone was in hell and everyone but the main cast were demons. Maybe this is a similar situation. Could be. Red Star 24, I think it just means he in danger like Boyd. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, he is. I mean, there's been like multiple attempts on his life, and I think this season he's going to be duped. But if we do have Tien Chen Lu in the background, which we saw, and there also was Tom the bartender in the background of Julie's scene, it's reasonable to believe that it's possible that there could be ghosts of the people who have died in the township. And Jim, even though he was looking like he was on some drugs and was paranoid, that could have been the real Jim. That could have been the real Jim. So finding the Lake of Tears could have been something that, instead of being a trap, it could be a positive thing. I mean, we'll see. We do see in the trailer that there's a scarecrow that busts through the wall and attacks people. So there's that. But I mean, it could be that that's the evil side trying to keep Ethan from the quote unquote Lake of Tears. Okay. All right, let's check out this background. And there's something else supposed to be looking at. I'll scroll up to see what else we're supposed to be doing. Okay, so yeah, so far I don't really see anything or anybody that just kind of jumps out to my attention. Whoa. Could it be? Could this be the mechanic creature? Let's see if I got a picture of him. Let's see, let's see. Okay, so there's two mechanic creatures. It's a bad picture on this one, so if y'all can't see this original up here, I'll see if I mean, well, we definitely know that this guy who is fit and taller is not the mechanic creature who, oh, wrong person. We know this guy who looks tall and fit is not this guy right here. So I'm not even gonna hold y'all with that one. Let's just remove that one. So now we're gonna go to the mechanic creature that replaced him. This guy right here. Okay. So what do y'all think? Is it confirmation bias? Am I seeing what I want to see? Let me make this. Let me have this zoom in. Make it easier to see. What do y'all think? Let me know. What do y'all think? Mechanic creature walking around? Or mechanic monster? What do y'all think? Okay, Jessica says no, that isn't him. A lot of no's. Milkman? Which one? On the left? You think that's the milkman on the left? Okay, people are a lot of no's. Okay. Too many no's. I'm taking him down. Yeah, there's too many no's to keep going. Okay. So I think that's all for that scene. So you can't really see anybody. Okay, so I don't really see anybody in the background here. Just regular townies. Yeah. Ethan working the radio. Okay. Yeah, I don't see anybody remarkable in the background here. Donna's saying, hey. Let's see. It's a storm coming. Got to put the radio up. Okay, Ethan's going inside where it's safe. He has on the walking stick. Donna's out there. She's going to be the radio person. Okay, umbrella. Just for the equipment. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing a man in yellow anywhere. I mean, we saw someone wear yellow, a woman, but I think I don't know. I think someone just wearing a color could just be all they had to wear. Yep. They hear a voice. Your wife shouldn't be digging that hole, Jim. Yes, he's talking to you.
You're getting so close now, but I'm afraid you're running out of time.
Yeah. So Michelle says that went by with a yellow shirt on. What? So, as far as what Jessica Newberry's asking, what about the new picture Victor drew for Tabitha and her family for Jim's death? Tabitha in the picture was wearing a yellow dress. What do you think about that? So the picture comes from this season, season 1, because Julie has on a green dress. Yeah, I don't know why Victor drew her with a yellow dress on, but that picture more than likely was made during season 1. He's just now giving it to him because Ethan had on a walking stick and Julie had on a green dress, which she had when she chose to live in Colony House. And that's also what she wore. No. Yeah, that's what she wore while she was in Colony House when she chose Colony House. Michelle says there was a man who went by with a yellow shirt behind Jim. All right, let me back it up. I mean, a yellow shirt and a yellow suit is different. We'll rewind it and see who the yellow guy is. Okay, so right there. So this does look a little bit orange. We can back it up to see if we can see his actual face just to... Yeah, so that's the guy right there with the what appears to be an orange shirt. Definitely not Doug, but that is a good eye though. You can kind of see his face. Yeah. So I don't think he's Doug. I think he's just a person in the background just trying to get by. So I want to show you all. Donna is facing the radio. And this is where, so like some people have said, oh, well, Donna's a mole, Donna's a this and that. This is, so if people were to ask me my opinion as far as that, we know now Sophia's the mole. But before Sophia was the mole season 4, I would have said it's possible that Donna could have had some suspicious intentions because when Jim goes to run away, Donna is facing the radio. And then when Jim comes back around season 2, Donna tells Jim to keep his mouth shut about someone being on the other end of the radio. Okay, so look. You see how we're at the radio. Jim is holding the Jim is holding the receiver in his hand. He's holding the receiver. Next shot, he not only has he dropped the receiver, but he's like doing a full sprint. So ignore Jim for a moment and then look right here. Donna appears to have picked up the radio. Let me make this larger. So in the shot, it's kind of easy to focus on just Jim, but look at Donna. This is why before Sophia were to show up, this is why I would argue that it's possible that Donna could have something going on because Donna picks up the radio. You see how it's one hand at her side and the other hand you can't see? You can't see her right hand. And I imagine that Donna is right-handed. So this is her left hand right here. Donna's right-handed. Donna is facing the radio. See? Jim's moving. You see, you can see Donna's left hand, and now it's on the table. This next frame, I think Donna is using the radio. Or it could be, an argument can be made that Donna is using the radio. See, left hand. And it's a blink and you miss a moment. You see, you can barely see it, but this is Donna's left hand right here, and Donna's right hand is on the table. She's basically reaching for this umbrella, keeping it from flying off. See, right there. Now Donna's inside. You see how this next shot? Oh, you know what? Oh, you can't see much. Okay, so let me make this larger. So you all just saw that. We all saw the same thing. Or at least we all saw what I'm describing. Okay, so now I'm going to put it behind me a little bit. So, okay. So this is Jim running, and then we see Donna right here. So Donna's is about to mess with the umbrella, and so Jim is running or sprinting. So now we go inside. Julie's in there. She's freaking out because her dad is running. Julie goes to run. Donna's already inside. So obviously, for production purposes, they're not going to show every little thing. But Donna went from at the radio, facing the radio, to now she's indoors. And by indoors, she's in where the Colony House steps are. It is quite a bit. It is quite a walk from out there where the radio was. You see where the radio is? The radio is outside. Not even, this is the steps right here. Not even close to the steps. The radio is right here. Yet the next scene, which obviously there's some type of like jump in between the scenes because we don't see Donna come inside or go up the steps. She goes from the table where the radio was right here. We don't see her go right here, go up the steps, or go inside. She's just automatically inside when the next scene starts, when Julie is going over and she runs over to Donna and is like, my dad, my dad, my dad. So this is why I was somewhat supporting the idea that Donna was suspicious, because she was facing the radio. Her right hand was on the table. We saw her messing with the umbrella. And then they have it. The next scene is her indoors. Right there by the steps. Right there by the steps for Julie to go and run and talk to Donna. So I've never thought that Donna was like a secret monster or a mole or anything. But this is the reason why I've never given anyone the side eye who may have thought that Donna was suspicious. Because of that right there. Plus, Donna told Jim to keep his mouth shut, that he talked to someone on the radio. And it is reasonable enough to believe why Randall wasn't in the township yet. But for the fandom to say, yeah, I think Donna could be a mole or a secret monster or something, it's reasonable to believe that based off of this, before seeing Sophia come into town season 4, and we know that she's the man in yellow, it's reasonable to believe why some people were kind of suspicious, saying that Donna may have been a mole or a secret monster. So Mita says, Clara Eloise. Oh, Lord. So Red Star 24, interesting. I think the creator knew who he wanted the bad guy on the phone to be. Yeah. So Mita says, yo, what if the bottles on the trees are tears in a bottle? Could be. I mean, in the bottles, there were like pieces of paper. So there's that. Okay, so I think we're a little bit donezo for this. I think it's reasonable to believe that, no Doug or or someone in the yellow suit during season 1, but I think we did spot a monster walking around during the daytime, hidden in plain sight. So I think that's reasonable as far as it being a quote unquote theory until the show possibly proves otherwise. So there's that. And then there was something else as far as so Garden Girl NC, I'm assuming it's North Carolina, says, I think there is more to Donna than we know. It's weird that she hasn't had any supernatural experiences. Maybe she has. If she told Jim season 2 to keep his mouth shut about what he experienced with the radio, talking to someone on the other end, I imagine if she has experienced stuff, she's not going to want anyone to know. Okay, so okay, Red Star 24 says season 2, episode 7, Jim and Tabitha fight. So is it in that fight scene that we're looking at? Because I mean, it was just them two, or just those two in the home at the time. It wasn't really anybody that was like there with them. So Static Gaming says, then after she did Kenny like that, she acted like she didn't do nothing wrong. Exactly. So Static Gaming's talking about when I pointed out the mixed signals or leading Kenny on when she was holding his hand and doing all that. Yeah, Christy deserves a cold shoulder. And then after Tien Chen Lu passed away, Christy was like, I'm here for you. No. You've been here, but not here for me, lady. That's what you've been. That's what you've been.
Hey, okay, everybody, let's take a breath.
Right. Take a breath, Christy. There's a man in yellow when they're fighting outside about the radio tower. Okay, we'll take a look. Let's see. Season 2, episode 7. All right, let's do it. Season 2, episode... Oh, that's the episode Belly of the Beast. When they do the autopsy. So I think it might be this scene right here. That Red Star's talking about. Not this exact scene, but the one coming up when they're outside. Okay, so season 2, episode 7, Jim and Tabitha. There's a man in yellow when they're fighting outside about the radio tower. Okay. So they go outside. Are you talking about? Okay, wait. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. You talking about this person right here? This right here? Oh man, I messed up, y'all. Okay, right here. Wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. You see how the camera focused for a minute? Y'all see that? Y'all see that? The camera had focused for a minute to show us this background. It showed, like, basically it showed far away, and then now it refocuses for Jim and Tabitha. All right, we're going to listen to a little bit of this to see if this is the scene that Red Star 24 is talking about. We're going to just listen. Let's see, 10:35. And matter of fact, you see how that's interesting. You see how Jade and Tabitha come outside. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it so we can hear their arguing and bickering. So Jade and Tabitha come out there. This is the back of Tien Chen and this is the back of Tien Chen and Kenny's house before it becomes the Matthews house when Kenny moves to Colony House or whatever. So they're going in the backyard, and the camera focuses. The camera has the focus on what's back here. Well, the focus is on this where you can see Colony House, and then you see the man in yellow. I'm sorry. Then you see someone that appears to be wearing yellow right here. Appears. Okay, so I'll have that up there for the image, and we're going to listen to them argue to see if this is what Red Star 24 is talking about.
What's up?
I don't know what's going on with you.
Excuse me?
We have to be a team here. So when I say no one goes to Colony House and you immediately undermine me, it doesn't help.
What do you want to do? Do you want to lock them in the basement? 2 days ago, you took Ethan to confront the person that tried to kill him.
That was different.
No, it was you and I accepting the fact that we can't just lock them away until we find a way home. You want them sneaking out? Because that's what will happen. This way we know where they're going. We know they're together.
I just don't want our 9-year-old son hanging out with some emotionally stunted freak who walks around town with a gun in his lunchbox.
Wait. No, that emotionally stunted freak saved your daughter's life. And he saved mine.
Or maybe that's what they want you to think. I heard a voice.
That was me opening up a can. All right, so Miss Win LS says, Donna, no one's face has been torn off as she as described her sister's demise. That is true. No one's face has been torn off. Yeah, that was me cracking. I'd be into the show, man. I'd be into the show.
Breaking news.
Okay, so this is the scene right here, based off what Red Star 24 has said in the chat. Says, yes, I believe so. Okay, so I don't know. It could be. I mean, it would make sense. It's just let's compare. Okay, let's compare. I mean, could it be the man in yellow back there? Maybe his suit is not that bright because he's booed up right now. Maybe he could be booed up right now, and that's the reason why we don't really see a bright yellow like we normally would. Yeah, maybe he's booed up, and that's why we can't see it. What do y'all think? You think y'all it's booed up? Yeah. Sometimes it's a serious thing. Other times it's a comedy. Look like a long yellow trench coat. Yeah, I think pay or wait is in front of him, so you can't really see it. But let me get a better picture. Let me get a better picture. Okay, that's better. That's better. So yeah, it does appear to be like a trench coat and not necessarily a yellow suit. So I mean, it's but in the scene, whoever this person in the trench coat is, they're not really moving. I mean, they're kind of walking, but yeah, they are. They're walking towards Colony House, it appears. Yeah. So that's interesting. So I personally, I can't make heads or tails of it. I mean, I don't know. Okay, can you zoom in on it? Okay. So I gotta warn you, it's not going to be like when we saw with the alleged trench coat creature, because she was already kind of like close. So this is how it appears. Zoomed in. So unfortunately, because it's so far away, we're like restricted to what the show gives us. But this is the best we can do. So I can show this person walking. Uh-oh. So it kind of appears the person, whoever this is, has maybe a purse. So yeah, it looks more like a trench coat than an actual suit that he wears. So CT5 says, yeah, it might be a lady with a yellow trench, aka woman in yellow. Yeah, it could be that. It could be a pre-Sophia. Sophia 1.0, and now we got Sophia 2.0. So there's that. And the photo of her and her sister in a torn corner as a long pause this past week. What? You talking about the picture that Victor made of the Matthews? So yeah, I think we're good to go as far as that. Right. So Red Star 24, true. I think it's just a nod to what's coming, but they didn't have all the details perfect yet. Yeah, because to be honest with you, I think Doug didn't really get the job as the Man in Yellow until the end of season 2, before season 3 started. Because when he made his post on his webpage, he was saying that if he gets the part, he's going to be the big bad of the series. And that was like before season 3 started. So if they were doing something, it would be more like a foreshadow, and then seeing the Man in Yellow season 3 episode 10 would be considered a callback by having this guy show up in yellow. So I think there's that. So now I'm gonna go to the email. Because some people had emailed me some stuff to look at. I can't promise that I'll be looking at everything, because some people sent me stuff off of okay, so just to give you a heads up, I already emailed this person and said it, but I'll just say it to anybody else. If you send me something in Dropbox, I'm not even gonna I might not even mess with it. Because what the hell? Oh, okay, hold on. What is this? So, okay, this is okay, so I don't have to. Okay, so on my computer, I didn't have to like download Dropbox or whatever. So let me check out what this is, and then see if we're gonna show it on the screen.
Well, hello, Parkland Spade. All right, so I was watching episode 3, and I have a whole lot of questions. None of my questions are ever answered, but here we go. All right, so first, hi, my name is Mita. I know Mita Janitis, but it's Mita. You can call me Mita. And I was wondering if you can do like one of them. What is it? Like a mashup or a monologue of every time that the boy in white is talking to somebody. That would be great. So maybe there's like something in context, like right in the middle of the lines that we have to like read or whatever, or figure out. I love figuring this stuff out. All right, I have my notes right here.
Okay, so I think Mita's in the chat. Do you mind if I put you on the screen? Not sure if she wants to be on the screen or not. He said Donna. Okay, maybe Miss Wynn is watching the replay. Okay, so I'm not going to put Mita on the screen. We'll just let's see. I'll just do this. Okay, so this is Mita Janita. We'll say Mita J. So Mita J sent a Dropbox video, and we're gonna watch. So she's the one. She just asked, could I do a mashup of everything the boy in white has said? I mean, in my opinion, the boy in white really hasn't said much to do that. The boy, like, okay, the only thing the boy in white really has only talked maybe 3 times worth listening to, and that's when Victor relayed what the boy in white said to Tabitha and Sarah, what the boy in white said season 4 episode 3 to Tabitha, and then what the boy in white said to Victor when Victor was trying to chop down the faraway tree. Like, honestly, it just doesn't really seem worth the time to actually do that, because he doesn't really say much that is really profound, except for what he said to Christopher. But I think that based off of what the boy in white told Tabitha, this past episode that just happened, and that when the boy in white was saying to Tabitha, this is the only way, that was then, and it has expired.
It was, but that was before.
Right, so, I mean, it's reasonable to believe that a lot of stuff the boy in white has said was before, and it has expired. So, I think at this point, in my opinion, the person to really listen to would be Ethan, who seems to be knowing the rules, and he may be more of a value add as far as quoting and getting anything together. Okay, so Mita has some questions. We're going to listen to the questions. So I'll tell you what, I don't know if she wants her face to be on the screen. So what I'll do is I'll just do this. Here are her questions. Let's see. Okay, so this is the screenshot of the questions. So I'll just show a screenshot of the questions, but not her, because she hasn't really asked to be on the screen. She was in the chat, so maybe she left.
All right. So, did you notice that Jim 2.0 had the same scar that the priest had? So I'm thinking the deity, whatever, that man in yellow, somehow, some way took form in that person's body and then hadn't used it for some reason. I don't know.
Okay, so the scar, Jim got the scar from the house falling on him, season 2. And we saw that same scar, and it was fresh when Julie had story walked and Jim was in the RV. So as far as when he died, I made a video about that. He had the same scar as the priest. I guess that hasn't gone anywhere, or that's not going to go anywhere unless we get something for the rest of the season, for season 4, because we saw Jim's body in the barn, which did not appear to have a scar, but his face was written. No, it did have a scar as far as his body in the barn. And the priest's body is also had the scar and was in the clinic. So it's looking like, in my opinion, that whatever the Jim 2.0 is, the Jim ghost, the Jim ghost may be the actual Jim, just because we've seen Tien Chen Lu, and we saw Tom the bartender, as far as their ghosts walking around, so it could be Jim, even though I believe that it's a trap as far as Ethan going to the Lake of Tears, which is the lake out there at the settlement. So, is that soil? Is that soil? I think, is your name Soil Boy? So I'll just say 6186. Only scar we need to worry about is Randall's. Yeah. So Mike is laughing. So Mike says the shot seemed to linger on the priest's head wound last episode. Yeah. So as far as that, I think, I think it's a trap as far as Jim 2.0. But we do have a body in the barn, and we do have a body that's the priest. We didn't see them get put into the ground at the funeral. The shot kind of like left that scene once the crows came into town, and we don't know what happened to the bodies. But 2 graves, 2 bodies, Jim in the barn, the priest. So I think it's safe to say that their bodies are in the ground. However, I think it is possible that the man in yellow consuming someone's organs allows the man in yellow to shapeshift into someone. And it could even allow the man in yellow to control someone after death, if they go that route. So I did a video as far as the scar, but I think that's like a piece right there, is that that the man in yellow possibly consuming people he's defeated could play a factor in controlling them even after death. I thought I had a... thought I had a picture of dude munching on people. Let's see. Yeah, right here. So because we saw this last time, and it's like a spoiler, I think the munching on people is what allows the man in yellow to possibly not just shapeshift, but maybe even control them while they're dead. For all we know, he may have munched on Jim. Even though we didn't see his mouth bloody after he left Jim, he may have drunk Jim's blood and then like had used supernatural forces to dry off or clean his face before morphing into Sophia. Oh, wait a minute. Y'all, I just deleted that man in yellow picture on accident. Okay, we're back. Yeah, I just want to have it handy in case we crack jokes about it later on. He's out here eating, folks. Out here eating, folks.
You're damn right.
Yeah, he's eating people. No bib, no napkin, no nothing. All right, let's keep going.
But I think definitely that priest was Jim, or Jim was the priest. Okay. And the crows on Jim's grave. Did you see that one? That was just like right on it. And then all of them like came around and stuff. And did you notice who Claire, right? Claire is like always in the mix. So Claire was standing next to Sophia and Kenny, right? Mm-hmm. Randall was just like I don't know, like dipping. Like he was just like, he had his head down and he was like swaying. So I think maybe, I don't know, like maybe he could hear the crows talk.
So in my opinion, I think let's pull it up. So sometimes when it's a funeral, people will kind of put their head down as a show of respect. Some people do it to like pray. But I think it was just a sign of respect as far as Randall having his head down. I don't think he could like really hear anything. I mean, maybe he could. Maybe it'll come out that he could. All right, let's close this down for a moment. No, we'll leave that one up. Background's gonna go away. We'll shrink this down. Okay, so we're gonna look at the funeral scene. In my opinion, I think Randall was just showing respect for the dead and the fact that they were at a funeral. Or it could be the actor not having any lines and he didn't know what to do. It could have been either way. All right, so let me rename this right quick. Uh-oh. So we'll bring the questions back up in a moment. All right, so make this large so you can see it. Okay, we're gonna go to the scene of the. Is that this? Yeah, this is the funeral one right here. All right. So Mike says, I never expected Randall to be the most grounded dude this season, but here we are. Yeah. K Sarah Sarah. All right, so this is the funeral right here. Make this larger. Okay. So here is Randall. And then Sophia and Kenny. Everybody loves Clara. Everybody's Clara. All right. So Randall. Okay, so this continues to be Randall right here. Sophia and Kenny. All right. They're moving closer. Moving closer. Ellis is there looking like a beast. Hitting the weights. He's ready to throw down if need be. That's the body in there. I guess that's Jim's body. Sophia. This is Sophia. That's the cross that was in the vehicle. Clara, for those who are Clara fans, you want to see Clara. Also, Box is at the funeral too. I'll point her out if we get to that part of the scene. This is Boyd giving remarks. Okay, so this appears to be in front of the Matthews. Yeah, so they're looking over to the right. I guess Ethan didn't get the clue to look down like everybody else. It's all good. So we're assuming that these are the shoes of the Matthews. So this is a crow. This is what Mita was talking about. A crow at the grave. So this is Sophia. Sophia's looking like. So yeah, I think that's all it was just Randall may have just been. So in the scene, this is Randall right here. Randall's looking at the grave, which the crow was right here in front of the Matthews, who are right here. Randall's looking in the grave. So I don't know why everyone's looking up and Randall's not. He's looking in the grave. It may have been like that Collider picture where in the Collider picture, Boyd is looking down and everyone's looking forward. I don't know what's going on with Randall. He's looking at the grave. Everyone's looking up. Okay, that's Bacta. Remember, everyone, well, not everyone, but some people were like, where is Bacta? Bacta's right there. She just doesn't have any speaking roles. So you see, Randall is still looking down at the grave and everyone else is looking up. And see, even Victor's looking down. So maybe Randall, okay, let me fix this. Let me fix this so it's easier to see. My head's in the way. All right, so just to kind of, this right here is the crow. I guess at one point the crow was over here by the Matthews feet. Here are the Matthews right here. So I guess this crow was over here. No, this crow was, I guess, over here, but it's moved closer to over here. And we don't know what is CGI and what's not. So maybe Randall was looking down as if he and Victor are looking down, maybe at the grave. Maybe, you know, the actors didn't get the memo to look up because you got a crow right here. So Victor looking this way and Randall looking this way doesn't really make much sense. So I don't know, but Henry's looking up. So everyone's looking up. Okay, now everyone's looking up. See, even Ellis is not looking where everyone else is looking. So, I mean, I think it could be everyone's kind of just looking at different things. Because even Fatima, you can barely see her face right here, but Fatima's looking this way, I guess, at crows. The Matthews, they're looking, Julie and Tabitha are looking up at the crows on top of the church. Ethan's looking down at a crow that's right here off screen. This guy's looking straight ahead. I guess he's looking at Colony House or something. I don't know. So everyone's looking at different directions, and it could just be that everyone was told to look in different directions to make it seem like the crows were everywhere or something. Because I imagine the crows might be CGI. Because if they've brought in animal trainers or bird trainers for these birds, that's got to be a lot to stand there and deal with if somebody is like training the birds to do stuff. Here goes Bacta, and then there's Clara. So Randall is still looking down at the grave, and then now you got Victor and Henry both looking up. This guy is looking all the way over here. I mean, what's over here? What's over there? Right now, it's looking like people didn't really get the memo to look in the same direction.
Fail.
Yeah, some people are taking an L with this cue on where to look. Some people are just taking an L on where to look. Look, what are you doing, sir? Sir, what are you doing? Sir, what's over there? Who else is looking crazy? Claire is not even looking at anything. She has her eyes covered. Kenny and Sophia is at least looking up at the crows, or right here. Kenny's looking ahead. He's like, I've seen enough. Let's see. These two, they're looking down, uninterested right here. Randall, I guess his head is down. Maybe he's looking up a little bit. I don't know. What else? At least he's got the memo. He's looking up in the sky, and this guy is just like, he's just not concerned. I don't know what he's looking at. So everybody's looking in different directions, and even Ellis is looking at the body. Like, at this moment, I mean, we've seen enough dead bodies. We know what a dead body in Frumpville looks like. We should all be looking up in the direction of the church, or at least in the sky, because there's crows there, even though the crows might be CGI, or maybe the birds were some of everywhere or whatever. I mean, there is a bird right here. I'm surprised somebody didn't kick the bird. I'm not saying to do that. I'm just saying, like, I'm just surprised that everybody is nice and didn't do any bird kicking. So maybe Randall's looking at this bird right here, and he just was like, maybe he was assigned to look around where the grave was for one of the birds to be there, and that was like his direction, was to look down for the bird that's there, CGI or not. Yeah, so now the birds come in the frame. Sophia's looking a little bit pissed off. We're both competing to eat on the same thing, and here you come trying to get a piece of my meal. Here goes Bacta. For those of y'all who are wondering, where's Bacta? Where's Clara? Okay, and that's the end of the scene right there. Okay, so there's that. There is that. So I would say, just to kind of be honest with you, I think it's just that the actor or all the actors were told to look in different directions, and that may be the reason why Randall was looking down.
Talking, and I think that the crows are like all the dead people, all the like lost souls and stuff. All right.
Okay.
And then let me see, Clara by Sophia, and Sophia's reaction to the crows. Girl, she was like stunned.
I have to disagree. She kind of looks a little bit a little irritated. Let's go back. Let's go back. Yeah, she looks a little bit irritated. Like, she looks a little bit irritated. Like, why are y'all over here bothering me? Bothering us? Yeah, she doesn't look too... I don't know. This looks either irritated or... I mean, I could see stunned. Because Man in Yellow could want to get his munch on, and we're both competing for the same food. So it's kind of like going to a buffet. I see the steak, you see the steak, or at least the steak area. We're both out there waiting on a steak, and I'm looking at you irritated, you looking at me irritated, because both of us want the steak and we're just making sure that we get the steak. There's enough steak for everybody. However, we're giving each other the ugly face because we don't want, we want to have enough steak, enough lobster. My ability to not get steak and lobster is dependent on you getting steak and lobster. So maybe that could be the look. Like the Man in Yellow wants to munch down. Here comes the competition. All right, so we'll put this be eaten picture up. So that's kind of like how it looks to me. Like she just looks... It just kind of looks like no facial expression. Doesn't look sad. And right there, she looks like, you know, just plain, no facial expression. But then once the bird goes to a grave, which we're assuming is Jim because that grave is closer to where the Matthews are standing, and then where Sophia's standing. This right here it looks disgust, irritated. I don't know. That's how it looks to me. It looks a little bit like it's you know, like we're irritated. Like, why are you here? What did Tabitha say? Why are you here?
Why are you here? Why do you look so different?
Right. Birds. Why are you here, birds? Why do you look so different? Right. So Static Gaming says, like the disrespect. Just disrespect. Mita says Tilly body. So Mike says kick the bird. Uh-oh. There's a guy at the back looking literally straight up. Yeah, the actors, they're just kind of like, I get it. You make it look. Maybe Mike is talking about this guy right here. Everyone's looking at different spots. They just, it's like that scene, that picture after MLK Jr. was taken out. People pointing in different directions. That's kind of how. Well, that's a bad example, but that's kind of how, it just looks like everybody's looking in different directions. So static gaming. So the crows might be good. Well, okay. So here's how I look at it. We haven't really seen the crows do anything except for when they went into Colony House and one of them went kamikaze at the wall. And that was when Tilly was turning over a tarot card to give Fatima a reading. That bird could have injured someone, and the bird could have been there to keep Fatima from seeing the tarot card. So until the birds do something such as attack a monster or prevent someone from doing something, I'm thinking everything in the township, including the crows, are bad. Everything gets the side eye, and like Christopher said to the boy in white, everything lies here. So everything in Fromville is guilty until proven innocent. You have to do something positive for me to say, okay, you're on the human side, you're on the township side, or the people's side. So everyone is guilty until proven innocent. So what have the crows done to benefit us while we've been trapped in this township for 4 seasons? It's been 4 seasons, and the crows, if they are quote unquote good, and we see that they have the ability to come into the township whenever they want, if they have not done anything good, then I don't think that they're good for us. They may be good for like the evil side or something. Okay, so we got about a minute left.
And just like scared. She's like always like figuring like if someone, whether, oh my God, and Victor, why they do that to Victor? He was so scared with that. Oh my God, I had to mention that. And where is Tilly's body? This lady, oh my God, like where is she? Like they'll have like a funeral, of course, for Jim, a newbie that just came in or whatever like that. Where's Tilly's body? I mean, is Fatima going to go drive her body up there and try to, like, I don't know, whisper to it, try to make it come alive again? I don't know. All right. Let me see.
So in my opinion, they probably buried Tilly off screen since the focus was on finding Fatima and doing things to Elgin to find Fatima. So I imagine that Tilly was kind of like a non-factor compared to Fatima, who had been there a year and people loved Fatima, going missing. I think they just put her on the ground and was done with her since nobody really knew anything of her. And the focus was on Fatima. So they do a lot of stuff off screen. So they shouldn't have did Tilly like that. That's why I thought that maybe that was Tilly's hand coming up, grabbing Boy, but it turns out it was Abby. So all of us who thought maybe that was Tilly had egg on our face, but I think they just buried Tilly off screen since her value to the show was just saying that Fatima was pregnant and then also doing the tarot card reading, unfortunately. So.
All right.
And yeah, Randall, Sophia, her reaction, the crows, poor Victor, and then Jade for the next episode. He found that, what is it, Liberty Gap. I know I researched it. So he's going to be having some kind of like acid trip and stuff like that. And then that video that I saw what was it, like last week of you where you had like all the generations of Jade? Is that what trips him out? And then he sees that. Anyway, I love you, Mr. Parkland. Can't wait for live tonight. Yay! Bye.
Okay, that was cool. That was cool. So I can watch the Dropbox. I just can't do it on my phone. So yeah, if you all send in like a video or something and I can watch it, I'll just play it. I won't show you on the screen unless you just want to be on the screen. And I'll just do the like we did with Mita, where it'll be just maybe like something that doesn't show your face in case anybody is shy or whatever. So okay, that was interesting. All right, so going to other. So Amanda Canny, I don't think she's here, but she sent some notes. Let's see. You know what? I should have put a yellow star in my email to go right to it. Okay, so here's the notes of Amanda. So Amanda says the tree in the road is different. So yeah, everybody gets a different tree when they come into the township. So Amanda is saying that there was Eloise on the back license plate of the priest's whatever car. Okay, let's check it out. So all right, so wake up. Wake up. While we look for the license plate of the vehicle, this season's been a trip just giving us the answer or information that the man in yellow is really Sophia and Viper. And let's see. Maybe it's when they drive into town. Okay. So okay, what we're going to do is we're going to make this larger to see if we can read it. If we can't, then no, wrong thing. If we can't, then we'll go to the accident when they first came into town and see if we can read it like that. Yeah, I don't know. It's very hard to make out. They're saying, what Amanda was saying, that it may say Eloise on the license plate. Let's try for when the vehicle. So Amanda says it's a whatever car. It's actually a Buick. I guess a Buick LeSabre. I don't know. But it's definitely a Buick. I see the Buick emblem right there. All right, so let's go to the accident when the vehicle first comes into town and people are trying to rescue Sophia and her fake dad from the collision. Look at that. I'm telling you, just say no to hitchhikers. Don't do it. You may end up getting a Sophia. Oh. Okay, this is when accident first happens. Okay. Look at that. It's almost as if the man in yellow was trying to target Boyd. Hold up. Who's that in the background? Y'all, you're not going to believe me when I tell y'all this. Is this Miranda? Miranda, is that you? Okay, we're taking a side mission. Is that Miranda? Let me pull up my Miranda pics. Is that Miranda? Probably not. Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. What do y'all think? Wait a minute, Miranda, is that you? Is that you, Miranda? Hold on, let me... Okay, we're gonna... Is that Miranda? Yo, is that Miranda? Y'all, is that Miranda?
It's crazy, isn't it?
Is that Miranda? Just sitting back, having tea and crumpets. What are you doing back there? Okay, let me take this down. Y'all see that? Okay, this is the dino right here. This is the quote-unquote gray house. Or maybe, no, it's the blue house. Y'all see that? Miranda, what are you doing? Oh, you know what? Duh. Yo, what do y'all think? Mike says Miranda and Tabitha literally in the same shot would be a riot. Yeah. So what do y'all think? Okay, let's go to the poll. Is that Miranda? What do y'all think? They're wearing the same thing. Okay, let me take a screenshot because y'all are going to swear up and down. This ain't Miranda. This is Miranda. These creators are sneaky. These creators are sneaky. If they have little like Easter eggs in the back where it's like it's a background character wearing something and you can't really see them. Okay, Joyce agrees with me. Joyce agrees with me. I think it's Miranda. The whole time. Nah, we'll go to the right here. Yeah. What is the likelihood that somebody will put together this combination like that to look just like this? Hair is the same shaped face, same color top. Okay, I tell you what, we're going, so I wonder, did Miranda have pants on though? Because this person appears to have a skirt, but not pants. So here's what we'll do. Here's what we'll do. We're going to pull up the actual episode when Miranda is running for her life. I think I may have a clip instead. Because I don't want to go to the episode if I don't have to. Let's see. I think I have some clips. Okay, so I do. So I got a clip of Miranda running. So can y'all see that? This is Miranda. She's about to take off running. So Mike says, that's pretty blatant. Okay, whoa, 100%. So out of 5 votes, it's like 30 people. 5 votes. Some people ain't voting. It's all good. Some people might be shy. So if you don't want to vote, that's cool. But still,
don't forget to like, sub, and share. Thank you.
At least like the video.
If you haven't done so, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you like the stream, fam. That helps with the algo. And welcome all.
Matter of fact, let me see what the settings are. So let me see. Since some of y'all don't want to vote, it's fine. You don't have to vote. You could be shy. But let's just see what the votes are. What the thumb up and stuff is looking like. So right now it's 30 people watching and 20 thumbs up. So at least 5 more people thumb up the video if you're not going to vote. Okay, we got 9 votes so far. So far, everyone is like, yeah, this is Miranda. Okay, this is Miranda running through the forest before Smiley comes and gets her. Yo, y'all see that? She's got on a skirt. That is freaking Miranda. That is Miranda in the background. Y'all see that skirt she's wearing? That is Miranda in the background. This is Miranda. See? Do y'all see the skirt? This is Miranda. Wow. Tabitha, you are back there. Look behind you. She's been back there. Like, you know what? You don't leave the township. Even if you die, you don't leave the township. This is insane. This is insane. This is Miranda. Y'all, we were looking for the license plate that may have said Eloise. And we done found Miranda. Drinking coffee. Enjoying her retirement. Miranda is drinking coffee. Enjoying her retirement in Fromville. This is insane. Yo. This is insane. We found Miranda just in the background chilling. whoa. Okay. Hold up. Who? Okay, so we have, out of 12 votes, somebody put a no. I'm going to end the poll. If you put no, you don't think that's Miranda, let me know why. Why do you not think that's Miranda in the background drinking coffee or tea or maybe even water during this scene? And this is, so just so y'all can reference, this is season 4, episode 1 with Miranda in the background. I mean, well, allegedly in the background. So I need to know who does not believe this is Miranda in the background watching the next person who basically is living her life. So Michelle says, wow, I went to have a snack and y'all done found Miranda. Yeah. We have found Miranda. Yeah, she's back there just chilling.
Wow.
Red Star 24 says that's got to be intentional then because they already had the footage for season 3. Exactly. Yeah, right there. You see how she's looking sad? Well, she's looking down, drinking. Yeah. Though Miranda's the same soul as Tabitha, maybe a part of a person goes to be reincarnated. The other part can be a ghost. And so there we go. And so the vehicle comes into the township speeding. Yeah, see? Y'all see the scene right here? Remember, Miranda was right here. There's no more Miranda. Let me rewind it. See, remember, Miranda was right there in this space. There's only enough space for one person. So you can't say that maybe she moved over. I mean, she could have moved over in front of the window or whatever. There is that possibility, of course, but Miranda's right there, right next to the door. And so now in this next shot, we go over a little bit. So you see there's no Miranda by the window. And this is the house across from the diner. Do y'all need to see it on a map? I'll show it on the map anyway. All right, so just to kind of give y'all a heads up. So this is the diner. So Miranda is at the gray house right across the street from it. And the Matthews are right here in front of the house. No, I think it was the blue house. Because they weren't like directly in front of the diner, but Miranda's right here at the blue house. Okay, right there. So it does look blue, so it's the blue house. I went back too far. Yeah, so I think it's the gray house that they're at, because this definitely is a blue house. So maybe this is the gray house. Maybe the gray is a type of gray that's kind of like bluish. Yeah. So, or maybe it's just two blue houses because one looks more blue. This looks blue, and this does appear to be gray. So it's kind of like a thing in the fandom that this is considered to be the gray house, and this is the blue house that we never see who occupies it, or we never go inside those houses. But guess who does chill at the house? Miranda. And so that's the diner right there behind Julie. So it's across from the diner. So whatever color we agree on is it doesn't matter. Sophia in yellow barreling in there. And so Miranda, there's no Miranda. So Miranda's not in that spot anymore. The older lady's still there. And if Miranda did move over to this window, we would still be able to see her over Tabitha's shoulder. Oh, well, you know what? There she is right there. Okay, you know what? My bad, y'all. She's leaned forward onto, I guess, the railing on the porch. So somebody's right there. Maybe this is Miranda, like, getting the front row or getting a piece of the action. So she's no longer against the wall. My bad. She's right here. You can see that head right there. And then this is Ethan's head, and you can see Miranda's head right there above Ethan's head. Misses the box. Boom. Boom. Pretty nice dive, Harold. Pretty nice dive. What's going on, House of Mystics? Hello. Says, fake Miranda was helping Boyd at the car. I always wonder who lived in those two houses. So Michelle says, did y'all actually find any Man in Yellow sightings from earlier in the stream? No. Mita says 100. It says Luis. Okay, we'll check it out. We'll check it out. Okay. Thank you, House of Mystics. Says, love the engagement. I put in the work. I appreciate that. So Statics Gaming says that's the lady Boyd sent to the colony house. It's not Miranda. What? That's the lady Boyd sent to colony house. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's the same clothing as Miranda, same head shape, same color hair. It looks Miranda to us. I took down the votes, but out of 12 votes, 92% said yes, they believe it was Miranda. So we'll see. Maybe Miranda disappeared because Sophia and Yellow rounded the corner. So we'll see. We'll see. Because at this point, everybody's like either crowded around the vehicle or they're helping to get Sophia and the pre. And then after that, I think I'm going to call it a day. And just to kind of give y'all a heads up. So the next one will be this Friday. And we'll probably go over trailers for episode 4. Maybe some press photos on Amazon's press site. If it's available to the public. And that might be it. Yeah, so this Friday, it'll be 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. And we'll look at any trailers for episode 4 for season 4. And maybe any press photos that we can find online. And then we'll call it a day. And also, so I'm going to keep the chat open by playing music. So because there's 30 plus people in here, I may redirect you all to another stream. What are we doing? Okay, sorry about that. I may redirect you all to another stream and then play the music and keep that chat open so that it doesn't appear that the video is like 10 hours long and it makes it unattractive for people who want to see it. So we may end up doing that. I know people want to have the chat open so they can talk and stuff, and that's fine. I may run the kind of iffy. Yeah, if you all are seeing a lag with the stream, it's because I got a lot of stuff open, which I'm closing now. All right, so I'm closed. Oh, I gotta close this down too. So stuff that I'm not using, I gotta remember to close down. It's just a little too much information. So there's that. All right, so Joyce84 says, remind me about the scene where Boyd says this woman the colony house. Yeah, I mean, I don't really remember a scene like that. But right now we're looking at, it's going to be all hands on deck for getting Sophia out the vehicle. We'll look for Miranda, a possible person who's got Miranda's clothes, lurking around to get a better picture or a better face for her. And then also we'll look for the license plate for... Okay, you can kind of barely see it. So I'll keep it like that to make it easier to see. So you can kind of barely see it, but let's see if we can get a better view. All right, so that is really good as far as focus. Let's see. I could see that being perceived as LOEs. I mean, it's... If you know, X and O could be perceived as E and ELOIS, LOEs. Okay. I could see that. It's a stretch. It's a yoga stretch, but I could see that. I'm down for the yoga stretch to make that as a connection. Okay, so here's a wheelbarrow. Yeah, no Miranda back there. Just people kind of standing around looking. Yeah, I don't see anyone with Miranda's clothes. Is this a teenager or a child? This is the first time seeing anybody who looks young. What do y'all think? That looks like a child. Have y'all seen this before? This looks like it's a girl. A girl in the township? Wait a minute. Whoa, this looks like a child. Because in the township, it's supposed to be Ethan and Julie are the only quote unquote young people. And now, I mean, Sophia, technically, Boy said that she's, 14 or 15 or something, even though she looks a little big for her age. This is my first, I mean, you know, maybe you all have seen it and I haven't, but this is my first time seeing a child in the township besides Ethan, Megan, technically Julie. We know Hannah, who plays Julie's in her 20s. And then Sophia, technically, we know Julia Doyle's like in her 20s. This is my first time seeing, yeah, she looks very young. Let's zoom in. This is odd that they just have this person just there. Because most of the time, the people who come into the township are like adults. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I don't see. Remember, Boyd's okay. Detour. So I'm gonna show you all this. Remember, Boyd. So this is the sheriff's station right here. So the house across from it would be the Matthews' new home, which is like yellow. So from what we're looking at, the crash happened here. So the girl is right here and the camera is pointed this way. So we're able to see the blue house, but not the one directly across from the diner where Miranda was. So just kind of keep that in mind as we're like going through. Okay, so that means so we're able to kind of see both those houses I mentioned. Remember, this is the church right here. So this is the church. And this is the house where Miranda was. And then this is the blue house that I said was definitely blue. So the house that Miranda was at was right here. So if we don't see Miranda in the crowd anywhere, then I think it's safe to say that the quote unquote Miranda person is gone. And so this is a zoom in of this, teddy bear. This teddy bear, this is odd. When did you come into town? Because everyone else is usually an adult. Where do you live? When did you come into town? And you're holding a plant. Are you planting something? Fatima is the only botanist in the township that we know of. So now you're a botanist. You're a teddy bear, underage. What is this? What is this? Right, Joyce84 says she looks very young. Michelle says does look like a tween. Yeah. So Michelle's giving the hum. Let's do the hum. Yeah, these background characters are getting more and more surprising as we go along. This is crazy. This is crazy. So House of Mystics says season 1, episode 1 had girls that looked young in the beginning when Boyd was walking down the street ringing the bell. Okay. Very interesting. Yeah, the creators are pulling a fast one, y'all. The creators are pulling a fast one.
Interesting.
Right. The creators are pulling a fast one on us. All right. So we're looking for license plate. Well, we've already looked at the license plate. We're looking at a better view of it. And possibly Miranda sighting. So right now, I don't see anyone pressure. This is how I thought I had a picture of Miranda up. I guess not. Let's. So I thought I had a picture of Miranda still like, anyway, this is Miranda. This is how Miranda looks as far as appearance and her clothes. I'm going to bring it down so we can see the full screen of the episode, but this is Miranda. In case you are like, oh, I forgot how she looked, you know, blah, 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 blah. This is Miranda right here. This is Miranda. This is Miranda. This is Miranda. That's Miranda, all right? And this is Sophia putting on a performance. This is Sophia putting on a performance, putting on. This is Sophia putting on a performance. Oh, I'm so hurt. Okay, so season 4, episode 1, the fake Miranda lady is at the 22-minute mark. 2 minutes 4 seconds. We're past that. So let me just bring up. So I'm gonna take this down. So this is what we were talking about as far as the Miranda thing. I took a screenshot of it so we don't have to keep going back to it. Okay, so this is the picture of Miranda, the quote-unquote Miranda that we were talking about. So we didn't see it. I mean, I'll keep going on with the episode till we're done with the crowd scene, but this is who we were talking about as far as Miranda. Right here. And to make it larger, that's what we were talking about as far as Miranda. You see how it's the exact same outfit as Miranda when she was running in season 3? Same exact outfit. That's what we're talking about as far as Miranda. So we didn't see this woman at the wreckage. Exact same everything. The skirt, the top, the hair, facial feature. This woman is like tit for tat as Miranda. We didn't see her at the wreckage. So we're going to take both of these down. We'll continue to go through the episode looking for, you know. Okay, yeah, and we switch to the scene where Acosta comes out and tells Boyd, "You're a monster." Even though I'm going to get into an ambulance, drive through town at a neck break speed, taking the only vehicle that we have for a casual evacuation, I'm going to drive through town like a mad person, be a danger to myself and others, but Boyd, you're the monster. All right. So Red Star 24 says, well, they were all in service jobs in the real world, Boyd, Christy, Mariel. True. That is true. That is true. All right, so Mita says XO, which I think means hello or something. And good night, y'all. Okay, good night, Mita. Appreciate it. So, okay, that's it. That is pretty much it for this research stream. We're going to do another research stream this Friday. And I'll be uploading stuff to Parkland Media's channel. Let's see. So, yeah. So I know people like to continue to converse about From and everything in the chat. So if that's what you all are wanting, what I'll do is I'll redirect to a different stream to keep the chat open if that's what y'all want to do. So I'll start a poll. Do you want to keep chatting? So let me know, let me know, let me know. And while you all make heads or tails of that, I will set up another stream just in case if the answer is yeah. Okay, so out of 5 votes, 80% say yes. I understand that's not everybody. So what I'll do is I have pinned the link to the top, and you'll also will be redirected to it. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what? Thank you, Red Star 24. Happy Cinco de Mayo. If you celebrate it, I forgot. You're right. Yes, celebration. So where I'm at here in Vegas, Cinco de Mayo, it is crazy on the strip. It is crazy out there. So I don't know if I'm gonna go out there or not. Last time I went out there, it was like insane. So there is that. So yeah, so I'm going to end this. You'll be redirected to the new stream, and that will be a chat stream, and I'll also will play music to keep the stream open. So there's that. So thanks for watching. Go forth, do great things, and I'm out. Peace.